You're joining us now. Very good. The mad scientist in double bubble toil and trouble.
Welcome to Spooktacular! Hello everybody and welcome to Spooktacular, and we are in the Mad Scientist Lab today. Now, normally I would love to see you guys here in front of me, but special times call for some special circumstances. So, I've got some super cool experiments today. The first one we're going to talk about is something called sublimation. Now, I'm sure somebody at home can tell me exactly what that means, right? Nod your heads. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I can't see you. Well, if I can't see you, I'm just going to tell you what it means. So sublimation, are you ready? Are you sure? Sublimation is when a solid, like this stuff right here, goes directly to a gas. It skips that whole liquid state, you know, like water, like this, and it kind of flows around, it moves. Well, this here is water, just regular old water, and it's hot. Okay, so if you want to do my experiment I'm going to show you today, make sure you start off with something called hot water. Now, kids, it's very important that you let your parents heat up your water because nobody needs a burned finger or face. It's just not good, right? So hot water. You're also going to need some dry ice. Now, dry ice is super cold and compressed carbon dioxide. Now, at home, everybody do this for me. Take a nice big deep breath. And exhale it. The stuff you just breathed out is carbon dioxide. So we take in oxygen, that's how we breathe, but we release carbon dioxide. And if you compress it and you put it at really cold temperatures, it turns into this awesome frozen white stuff here before me. You'll notice it's already kind of fogging, but I'm gonna make it better, I promise. So let's start off. I'm gonna take my hot water and I'm gonna pour it into a bowl. Now, safety first, everybody. When you're in a science lab, you always need to have your eye protection. Okay, so I'm going to use my handy dandy goggles here. My hair is moving. Okay, we got our goggles on. Then I'm going to put on a leather glove. Now, you might be, mad scientist, why do I need a leather glove? Well, this stuff is so cold it can burn your fingers. So again, let parents do this part unless you've got the proper safety equipment. So you can use your hand like this and grab a chunk of it and drop it in your hot water. Ooh, look at that sublimation go. Carbon dioxide right here. You don't want to take in a big whiff of that. It wouldn't feel so good, okay? So make sure you don't put your face right on top of it. Don't do that. Now, for effects, I like to use the metal tongs because watch what it does. Can you hear that screaming? It's not as loud this time. Let's try it again. It's broken. I'll get some colder ice in a minute. Bob Ross, can you get on that, please?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So, I'm going to go ahead and use my setup right here. And in here, I've got a towel. Doesn't matter. It can be an old towel. That's what I use. You're going to put some water and some soap because we're going to make a big, giant bubble. Now, how do you think we're going to inflate it? Well, if you said my carbon dioxide gas right here, you would be absolutely right. I squirt some more soap in this bowl just like that. Give it a little swoosh. This is also great for washing your hands, friends. You notice I've got my hands in some soapy water for longer than 20 seconds. Keeping us healthy and safe here with my experiment. Are we ready?
It's going to work. It's going to be happy.
Oh, it's working. It's working.
Happy.
I'm stuck on the dry ice, friends. And there it is. Now, some people say that this looks like the magic ball that a storyteller might tell us something about. You'll see it's starting to inflate. I've got a beautiful dome here of my soap, and filling it up is that carbon dioxide. Can you imagine? Now, how big do you think it's going to get? Bob Ross?
Big as a car?
A car. Maybe. It's getting pretty big. I'm very excited. What do you think's going to come out whenever it pops? Not paint, okay, Bob Ross? Not paint. I missed it. Should we do it again?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So I'm going to get my towel nice and soapy, and I'm going to try this this one. Nope, didn't work that time, friends. Always make sure you take that towel and go around the outside. Create a nice soapy rim. You want to make sure your towel is nice and flat. You can also cut a strip of towel. That works well too. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Nope, didn't work. How about now? There it goes. It's working, friends. It popped a little early. Let's give it another shot. There it goes. It's working.
It's looking good.
We don't want to drag it too fast, guys. If we pull it too quickly, the bubble pops a little early. It's trying to pop already. I'm trying my very hardest not to. And there it goes. Now, let's see. Is it going to get bigger this time? Maybe, maybe not. I'm going to make a hypothesis. That's where we make a little educated guess about something. I'm not sure this one's going to get quite as large because it's not filling the entirety of my bowl here.
I'm seeing some happy colors in there.
Yes, it does give off a nice rainbow sheen. That would be from our soap.
A little bit of Prussian blue.
Is that the name of the color?
Yes, my favorite color. I use it in every picture I've ever made.
I think it might be a little bigger. I think my hypothesis was wrong. Now, I have a variation on this experiment. Are you guys ready to see it? Now, friends, this is something you can very easily do at home. I took an old cheese puff container, a plastic tube, and a cup, cut some holes in it, put some clay around it, and made a nice little contraption that we use to make boo bubbles. So, again, you always want to use your tools, and you want to make sure you're being safe. So I'm using my eye protection. I'm going to use some tongs this time. Actually, I might not. My hands are a little soapy. So where's my glove? There it is. I'm going to put a glove on instead. Makes it a little bit easier for me. And you can pick it up. Drop your dry ice in there. Grab some fresh hot water and pour it in. Now on this one, I'm going to put a lid on top. Now, it's very important, my friends, that you don't ever close this entirely. If you do, we're going to build up some serious pressure, and you're going to turn your canister into a nice giant rocket, and it's going to go poof. Now, you may have noticed I'm a fan of explosions around here. You see my face? Eye protection back on, okay? So we've got our container here. We've got a nice, lovely set of smoke coming out. Now I'm going to dip this into the bubble solution and pull it out. And you'll notice it's going to start making bubbles. And I can bounce it. Now, here's the cool part. I'm going to put on a sock. You're like, oh, that's weird, mad scientist, but I couldn't find any gloves, so socks work just as well. And I'm gonna catch this boo bubble. Are you ready? So you dip it in your soapy solution. It's gonna fill up with gas. There we go, there we go. One more time. I'm gonna catch it this time. There it is.
That is amazing.
Wow. So, soap is used to make or break down oils, and our skin is covered in oil that our body makes to help protect it. By wearing the glove, we stop the bubbles from touching oil, and it's able to stay in bubble form on my hand. However, if I were to take off the sock and try and catch it with my hand, you'll notice it will pop instantly. I think it's helping that I have a little bit of soap on my hand. So there you have it, friends. Boo bubbles. We hope to see you guys back real soon for our next demonstration.
And the goblins of Epic will now demonstrate how to play and set up the pumpkin ring toss.
Hi everybody! We're sorry that you couldn't be here in person for the Wetlands Spooktacular this year, but we're going to show you how to make some fun Halloween games at your own house. So here we have pumpkin ring toss set up. We've got 3 pumpkins to toss rings at, and some rings that we made out of the glow stick wristbands. You can also use glow stick necklaces, but to make them out of the wristbands, you would need 5 glow sticks, which you have here, and 5 connectors. So once you have your glow stick rings, you can toss them at the pumpkins with your family and see who can ring the most pumpkins for the most points. Oh, I missed! Oh, the tie got me again! I got the skull! Woo!
I see the creepy crawlers.
Oh, hey, everybody! I got a friend here with me today. So it's not a potion this time, but instead it's a vinegar-roon. Now, some of you may have seen this type of animal before, maybe in the Harry Potter movies. It's one of my favorites, by the way. They were in Professor Mad-Eye Moody's Defense Against the Dark Arts lesson as a spider of all things. Now, they are arachnids, like our spider friends, but this is what we call a whip-tailed scorpion, known as a vinegar-roon. Now, they give that vinegar-roon name. You see him lifting that tail? Because they can shoot an acetic acid-like substance. It's about 85% acetic acid, which is what vinegar is made out of their little thing right here beneath that tail. Okay? Now, it is used to break down the exoskeletons of their prey so they can ingest them a little bit easier. Now, these things that we see right here, those are not legs, those are pedipalps, but they are modified into pinchers. Luckily, they're kind of big and clumsy and they can't really hurt me. These two things right here are their front legs used for sensory because they don't see very well. So they have to feel their surroundings so they don't, fall off my hand. Then the next three legs are their walking legs. And they're really, really, really cool and super duper creepy. Now you're wondering, can I find these here in Baytown? Well, I'm sorry, friends, you can't. But they are found in West Texas, or if you're ever out in the Trans-Pecos region and walking around, mostly at night, you might find one of these guys. So we'll see you guys later. Bye!
Hello and greetings. It's Agent Swift with the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Information, that is. I got a call about this spectacular thing tonight from Miss Muffet. Said there was a really scary spider here. So I ran right over, of course, because I like to find out what's going on. And he's going to crawl up my body here. But this is actually not a scary spider. This is Ginger, our Texas tan tarantula. I'm going to see if I can get her off of my shirt so that I can tell you a little bit about her. She's going to crawl right up and come say hello. That tells you how scary she is, or she's not. There we go. So let's take a look at Miss Ginger here. Like I said, she's a Texas tan tarantula. So let me tell you a little bit about her, a few facts, because I'm all about the facts. That's what the FBI loves. So, Ginger is a female. How can you tell? Take a look at her front pedipalps. See how they're kind of long and skinny? They look like just smaller legs. That tells me that she's a female. Plus, she has a smaller abdomen and she has a heavier body. If she was a male, her little pedipalps would have bulbs on the end of them. Those bulbs would be really good for males to hold on to a female. Sometimes they like to do that. Males also are a little bit smaller and they have longer, skinnier legs and skinnier bodies. Just not quite as pretty as gorgeous Ginger here. Now, in the wild, these guys can get up to be about 6 inches across if it's a female, but only about 5 if you're a male. And they can live about 40 years long if you're a female, only about 2 years if you're a male. So sorry, males. What else can we find out about? What are our other good facts about Miss Ginger here? Where can we find her? Here in Baytown? Maybe. We have found a couple of them here in Baytown. But Texas tans you can find mostly in southeast Texas and all the way down into Mexico. And we have some other tarantulas in Texas, Texas browns and some Rio Grande golds, but we love our Ginger here at Spooktacular. Looks like she's ready to pounce, doesn't it? Actually, this is a very defensive gesture that she's doing. She is raising up and trying to scare somebody away. Maybe that's what Miss Muffet saw. But she's actually very docile. And even in the wild, these guys are not very aggressive. They're not very bad spiders. If she bit me, if she decided to bite me, she does have some venom. She has some venom glands located right here, connected to her fangs underneath this front part of her body. If you were up very close, you might be able to see them. but maybe not. She kind of hides them really, really well. But the venom would be kind of like a bee sting or a wasp sting. I would survive it, so it wouldn't be that bad. They're actually wonderful little creatures. She uses those to catch her prey. What does a tarantula like this eat? What do you think? People? Birds and whey? Nah. These guys eat insects, little mammals, sometimes even small lizards and small snakes. So they eat a little bit of everything except for people. So, or curds and whey. So Miss Muffet needs to worry about nothing. She lives here most of the time, I've heard. So if you want to come see her, come on over to the Wetland Center and take a look at our Ginger, our Texas tan tarantula. Bye.
I'm looking for my slipper. Have you seen my slipper? I might have left it by the alligators. Oh, do you know where my slipper is? This guy doesn't know where my slipper is either. This is a Madagascar hissing cockroach, and he comes from Madagascar. Funny. They are the only cockroaches that can hiss. Wow. And they do that by pushing air out of their spiracles. Spiracles are the dark spots on his abdomen. Now, this is a male Madagascar hissing cockroach because his antennae are very feathery, and on the top of his head, he has horns. How neat. Madagascar hissing cockroaches have 3 types of hisses. One to attract females. Hey. One to fight or an aggressive hiss. And the third hiss is a disturbance hiss, like when I pick this guy up out of the cage. So he's really, really cool. You cannot find these Madagascar hissing cockroaches in Baytown. You would have to go to Madagascar or the Eddie V. Gray Wetland Center. Now, I gotta go find my slipper.
Back again for the mad scientist and Bob Ross as he makes pumpkin gut slime.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob Ross joining me today.
Hi, folks.
Give him a nice warm welcome. I'm sure you're going, at home, right? If you're not, what's wrong with you? Okay, so we're going to be learning about something called polymers. How do you say it?
Polymer?
How?
Polymer?
Can you speak into my mic?
Polymer.
Ooh, polymers. Now, that just means chains of molecules. Now, plastics are great examples of polymers. So, in this bag, I have water. And I'm going to poke pencils through it. Now, just like before, we're going to make...
You didn't? Oh,
You're going to be okay.
I don't know.
Well, maybe. I want you guys at home to tell me if you think Bob Ross is either going to get drenched with water or be perfectly dry. Oh, you guys think he's going to get all wet? We'll find out. Are you ready, Bob?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Let's do this.
Would you please hand me a pencil?
All right. I'm going to hand you some magenta.
Ooh, can we start with the sharper one, Bob?
Let's see.
A sharper one?
Let's go with black.
Perfect. Now, friends, if you're going to do this at home with your parents, which I highly suggest, you're going to take your nice sharpened pencil and you're going to slowly push it through the bag and to the other side. Can I have another?
Yes. We'll go with some
Let's see if it works now.
leaf green.
We'll go a little lower this time. Ooh. Is it working? And we're through. Bob, any water on you?
No, no water.
No water, okay.
That's
Hand another one.
happy. Here's a little Prussian
Bob, I'm gonna need you to be a little bit faster next
a little
time,
bit of
okay?
Russian
Ooh,
wood
hey,
there.
hey,
Okay,
you,
let's go.
look forward.
Sorry.
Look at the camera.
My bad.
All right, guys.
Sorry.
Three pencils. Another, please.
You just did it?
Yeah, let's go. Today.
Hunter green.
Come on. Hunter green. That's a good choice. Oh, there it goes. And through through the other side. Another. Let's go. Come on. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Eggplant.
Eggplant, always a nice choice. Ooh, this one's hexagonal. Is it gonna work? And it did. Come on, Bob.
A little bit of
Be prepared,
lavender.
please. Ooh, lavender, always a good choice. Smells nice too. Oh, there. Wow. So we have 6 pencils so far. Do we think we could do a little bit more? I sure think so. Bob, please hand me another pencil. Ooh, are we ready? I'm getting a little nervous, Bob.
I am too.
Oh, it's leaking. Oh. I went a little too fast on that one. That's okay. I turned it and it sealed itself.
Okay, good.
Well, we had a drop. Hopefully it doesn't do that anymore. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This pencil's a little on the short side, Bob.
All right.
Hopefully it goes all the way to the other side. And it did. Another pencil, please.
We'll go for a little mauve.
Ooh, I'm gonna make sure I go nice and slow. Bob, I'm nervous for you.
Not as nervous as I was. Oh. Did it seal itself?
No.
Oh.
Bob, it's not sealing.
Oh my gosh. Why did I agree to this, man? Man, I'm not feeling so happy right now. I'm not as happy as my trees are.
And there we have it, friends. The bag of non-leaking water. Thanks, Bob.
You're welcome.
Can you move now?
See you later, folks.
Let's get this chair out of the way and let's get to business, friends. So it worked for the most part, except I started pushing them a little too quickly. You don't want to do that at home. Now, if you guys don't mind, now that my friend is safely away from me, I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. How funny was that? That was great. Sorry, Bob.
It's all right.
Casualties of being my science partner. Now, the reason this experiment mostly worked is that we used really sharp pencils and we stabbed it through that polymer. Again, those chains of molecules. And those chains just start bending and shaping around whatever got poked through the bag. We're going to do something similar here with this pumpkin. So inside the pumpkin, of course, what do we have, guys? Anybody? Pumpkin guts. So remember, safety first in science, guys. You're going to need your parents to cut into the rind of this pumpkin because it's really, really thick and I don't want you to accidentally poke yourself with a very sharp knife. So let me get started. I need to cut this open first. Remember, always ask your parents to do this part first. Go. All right, so we like to pull out some of the pumpkin guts, the gross gooiness. Anybody? Anybody?
They taste really good. Throw me some.
Yeah, okay, Bob Ross, here you go.
Oh.
All right.
I'm gonna go.
Now,
taste them.
Bob, make sure you get all that off the floor, please. You did not just throw that at me, sir.
No, I was throwing it at the skeleton there.
So we're going to make a polymer, my friends. We're going to use something called liquid starch. You can find this on the laundry aisle at any grocery store. We're going to use some plain old water from the tap. Okay, and some, I like clear glue, not the white stuff, but you can use that too. It's called PVA glue. And this is a polymer already. Now, right now in this form, those chains are slipping and sliding past each other. But when we make slime out of it, it's going to turn into something called a non-Newtonian fluid. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready, Bob?
I'm ready.
Perfect. So we're going to start off, not with this, but I wanted to uncap it first. We're going to take half a cup of glue. And because it's fun, we're going to turn the pumpkin guts in here into slime. So we need a half a cup of clear glue. Look at that polymer flow. Isn't it beautiful? All right, now we're going to add in the water. Okay, you don't want to add the liquid starch yet because it would mess it all up. Now, I also have a spoon here, friends. You're going to mix those together. So far, we've added half a cup of clear glue, half a cup of water, and now here's the magic. When we add a quarter of a cup of liquid starch, the borax inside of it is going to mix with the PVA molecules and it's going to turn it into slime. It's going to change those bonds and make them stick together. Everybody ready? We're going to pour. Always important to measure, friends. If If you don't know what a chemical is, you can put gloves on or ask your parents to do it. You're gonna pour this into your pumpkin, okay? And then stir. And when you stir, look, it's already starting to turn.
Oh.
You're going to make some amazing slime. Now, this slime recipe, because it's mixed with some pumpkin, won't last very long. Maybe a couple of days. You might want to stick it in the refrigerator. But look, you can play with it. It stretches. We can make it a solid, sort of. And then it'll start oozing away. Another good example of this non-Newtonian fluid would be, who wants to guess? Oobleck. Look at this awesome, sciencey goodness. I just love polymers. Come and join me next time. Bye.
And now, pin the boo on the ghost.
Hey everybody, today we're going to be playing Pin the Boo on the Ghost, and for this you need a paper cut out into a ghost, paper that says boo, and a blanket.
Oh, somebody might be messing with you, but they're leading you in the right way. Uh-oh.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Oh.
Y'all got some competition.
Yes, see how close you got.
Hey.
Good job. Woo! Buzz on over.
Oh, my even?
Keep walking, keep walking. Uh-oh, don't be tripping.
Step, don't trip.
Perfect! Great job! Good try. Boom!
Wednesday, you can take the blindfold off. See how you did.
Let's see.
Oh, I did good.
Yeah, you did. Great job. Not too far. Too far.
Holy cow.
Go.
Don't push me. How to do?
You did a great job. Woo!
This game is so easy to play. Make one at home with your family and see who wins.
And snakes. The snakes are out. The snakes are out.
Oh, hey guys! That scientist here is my friend Boo. We just got finished completing an experiment and whew, there was some kind of explosion. How's my makeup? Is it good? Yeah. Well, Boo, she is a corn snake and comes all the way, the eastern United States. So she's from Texas? Yeah, sometimes. They can be found as far east, normally as Louisiana, but occasionally they're found here in our piney woods, which is the very east portion of Texas. Now, in the wild, they wouldn't look like this at all. Boo's kind of special. She is what's called a snow motley, which happens to be just a variation of this species. They're the most commonly bred snake here in the United States, so there are over 100 different varieties of them. Amazing. She's just one. But this pattern wouldn't help her survive out there in the woods. She'd stick out really, really bad. However, she blends in nicely with my lab coat, don't you think? Now, how did they get their name corn snake? Well, in the wild type species, so the one that we find out in nature, they're very red in color. They've got some black outlining on their blotches. They blend in better with leaves on the ground, right? However, she doesn't have any patterning. Wild ones also have this kind of checkered pattern on the belly, and it kind of looked like the corn maize. You may notice it or remember it from Thanksgiving. We don't really see it very often anymore, but that's one way they got their name. They were also often found in corn crypts where corn was being stored. Now, those farmers may not have been too happy to find these snakes at first until they realized that the snakes weren't trying to eat their corn. Instead, they were eating the rodents that were eating the corn. So our corn snake friends here are pretty amazing, especially for me, because I love corn. Anybody else like corn? Maybe candy corn? Is there candy corn here? I'm gonna go look. I'll see you later. Bye.
Greetings. Agent Swift here again from the FBI, Federal Bureau of Information. I like facts. I got a call from my friend Indiana Jones, who said he came by Spooktacular, but he wouldn't come in because there were snakes, and he hates snakes. He's afraid of snakes, but not me. I love snakes. So decided to come back and take a look and see what I could find. And look who I found. This is Loney. Loney is a bull snake. Get it? Bull Loney. That's a fact. Loney is about 6 years old, and guess what? She was actually hatched from an egg here at the Wetland Center. So she has lived here her entire life. She is one of the stars here at the Wetland Center. Take a look at her pattern. Look how well camouflaged she would be if she lived out in the wild, because they're from down in South Texas and Southeast Texas, where there's lots of cactus and scrub brush. So she would do very well camouflaging down there. She has some cousins that live here in Texas too, called gopher snakes. And there are some pine snakes too. She has a big family here in Texas. We like that. Take a look at her scales. She is a reptile after all, so she must have scales. Her scales are very bumpy. They're called keeled scales, which means each scale has a little ridge on it. Makes her very well protected around all those thorns and cactus where she would live in the wild. She likes this perch here. Apparently, she's squeezing me, but she's not hurting me. Oh yeah, is she venomous? No, I would not be handling her if she was venomous. None of the snakes here at the Wetland Center are venomous, from what I understand. I'm going to take her off so I can just talk about her a little bit more. What does she eat? Puppies? No, probably not. Kittens? No. Spiders? No. Thank goodness, because we don't want her to eat the spiders here. She eats mice and rats and other little rodents, and she eats them very well. She likes to eat a lot. So she's one of our crowd favorites here at the Wetland Center. Come by, come take a look at her, and say hello to Miss Loney, or Bull Loney, the bull snake. Agent Swift, signing off.
Excuse me, have you seen my slipper? I'm still trying to find it. Well, while I'm here, I might as well show you my friend, Oink. Oink is a hog-nosed snake. Why hog-nosed? Well, if you look at his nose, oh, there you go. See it? It's turned up like a little piggy nose. So he's called a hog-nosed snake. Now, Oink is really, really small, not as big as Loney or Boo, but that doesn't bother him. He is about as big as he's going to get. Oink likes to eat small mice. He's trying to sniff my hand. He sticks his tongue out to smell the air because he can't smell with his piggy nose. So he uses his tongue to smell the air around him, and that will help him to smell predators or food. So Oink is really bumpy, not smooth like Boo. His scales are bumpy because he lives in a dry area. And those keeled scales, those bumpy scales, allow him to retain water and to keep him safe from cactus and other pokey things. So when you're here at the Wetland Center, stop by and say hi to Oink.